Good morning, good morning. I am headed to work this morning. My first day back to work from vacation, from my trip to Paris. I'm home, I'm back. Oh my goodness, it feels so weird. But I was actually, I took off yesterday because I wasn't sure if I was going to have jet lag or what. I didn't know what that was going to be like, so I just took the day off yesterday. So yesterday, I pretty much stayed in most of the day, washed clothes, that sort of thing. But I have to tell you, you're like the only one I'm telling this. I haven't told my family because they will have a fit. I haven't told any of my good friends. I didn't even tell my traveling companion that I went with, my girlfriend that I went with. I didn't tell her. Like, told nobody. So, and just, as an overview, we had a fantastic trip. Like, fantastic. Like, trip of a lifetime, truly. Going to Paris, France for the first time ever. First time in Europe ever. It was absolutely awesome. I will definitely be going back. And I was real, I watched a million videos about the culture and different things just to understand, so I would, be prepared. And one thing I watched, and I probably watched maybe too many videos about the pickpocketers. They were like, make sure you know. And so they tell you to, have your money kind of situated in a couple different places. Wait, I gotta check to see where I'm going. I don't go this way often, just when I'm running late, so I don't really know this route. But anyway, so yeah, they talk about the pickpocketers and put your money in at least two different places, so that God forbid anything happen, they take your money here, you have some money and credit cards over here. So I did that. I had my money separated and all of that, and that was fine. Let me just start off by saying I'm pretty sure I was not pickpocketed. Okay. So I had purchased some euros from my local bank here in New Jersey, and it was like 265 euros is what I end up getting. And I had used them all except for 30 euros at the very end. And so those 30 euros, I remember when we checked out of the hotel, because the room was on my friend's under her name, but because we had paid for the room with the we paid for the room along with the airfare. It was like a package deal, so that was already paid for like months ago. But anyway, we had, like they want a card on file for incidentals, and then we arrived early, so there was a fee for checking in early, which we were fine with. So I gave my credit card, to put on file for that, which was fine, because we were going to split it anyway, but just so it was on file. So, okay, so at the end, when I checked out, I gave the woman those last 30 euros to apply towards the final bill, and then the rest you can put on my card. That way I could get rid of all my euros and, and be done. So, fast forward, was it when I got home? I got home back to good old USA in New Jersey, and before I drove home, we had a driver pick us up at the airport, and then he dropped us off at my friend's house because she lived, you know, closer to the airport than I did. So, and then I left my car at her house. So when I drove myself home, I, you know, stopped at the grocery store because I knew I had gotten rid of all my perishable, you know, food. So, you know, it was a couple things I knew I needed if I was going to cook anything or anything. So I stopped at the grocery store, and I went to grab my wallet. My wallet wasn't there. It wasn't in my bag. I'm pretty sure no one stole my wallet, but I would say that last day I probably was a little like loosey goosey with it. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't make sure, okay, wallet goes here, this goes here, you know, like I was just a little, you know, we were leaving, it was our last day, we had a great time, we had no incidences or anything. So I feel like I was a little loose with it, and I may have even left it. When I gave her the credit card to, you know, finalize because those euros were in that wallet. Those final euros were definitely in that wallet. So I may have left it on the counter or something, like real, you know. And I actually called the hotel, let them know what happened, and the gentleman gave me an email address of someone who, you know, I don't know if it's the manager or who, but I sent her an email saying I had lost my wallet, if, you know, let me know if she finds it. I basically had, I believe I had 3 credit cards in there. And the reason I brought, you know, more than one credit card is because, God forbid, one credit card doesn't work. I wanted to make sure I had another credit card. And again, even though I had separated my cards out, by the end, you know, I had moved stuff around, and they all ended up in that wallet. So I had one debit card, and I had 3 credit cards in that wallet, along with some cash, some U.S. currency, about, I know it was at least $65, maybe been a little bit more, 70, maybe. Didn't have the euros, and I had my driver's license. So, but I was, you know, when I was at the supermarket, I recognized that my wallet wasn't with me, and I didn't panic. I said, okay, I'm gonna just, like, I mean, it's a good thing that I did have to go to the grocery store, because if I could have just gone home and crashed, if I had some food to eat, I could have gone home and crashed, not even realize it I might have not realized it until today. So I'm glad I did go to the grocery store. And so I immediately, that night when we got home, and I mean, it wasn't late, but after traveling for so long, the ride back, I mean, we had direct flights going and coming. The flight back, it was long. It was very long. It was an 8-hour flight, but it felt like 12 hours or something. It was long. And so I was just ready to crash. But I called all the credit cards and the debit card company, and nothing was charged. Like, there was nobody had charged anything on my cards, on any of them. So that's why I don't feel like my card was stolen. My wallet was stolen. I was negligent and probably left it right at the front desk at the hotel. So I canceled all my credit cards. You know, they're sending me a new one. you know, and then my driver's license. So I was most concerned about my driver's license. I mean, I've never had anything like this happen before. I never had, you know, lost a credit. I've never lost a credit card. I've never lost because I just have a philosophy, which I guess, you know, that I don't lose anything. Like, if something gets away from me, I'll get, you know, it'll come back. I'll get it back. Anyway, so I went to the DMV yesterday. Immediately went there near my home, near my new place here in New Jersey. I've never been to this DMV before. I'm used to going to a DMV where it's crowded and you're in lines and, you know. So as soon as I walk in, they asked me if I had an appointment. I was like, no. You know, I lost my wallet and I need to get my driver's license replaced. And he was like, oh, easy. He said, you can just do it online. Technically you didn't even have to come here. And he told me I could sit in one of their little chairs and do it on my phone, and if I had any problems or questions, he would help me, which is exactly what I did. And I ordered a duplicate driver's license, and the guy told me that once I requested a new I'm weird. I keep my old driver's license for some strange reason. Like, I'll keep the old one, even though the address is wrong. I'll keep it just to keep it. So I had the old driver's license, so that's what I brought with me. And he said, God forbid, if I get pulled over or anything, just give them the old one and show them the confirmation that you ordered a new one and it's on its way. So it's like, great. And that took no time, like 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the most. So that's done. So I'm at peace that my stuff's not out there and somebody's going to be able to charge. Or I was also worried about identity theft and all of that. And he just assured me, once your driver's license is deactivated, if somebody is trying to use your identity and they're using your card, your driver's license, it's going to come back that this license was lost, or however, whatever they have it labeled as. And so it's going to shut it down, and they're going to know that this person stole somebody's identity. So I shouldn't have to worry about that. So it just reassured me that I should be good. But yeah, that's what happened to me on the last day of my trip, literally coming home. So you know, it was definitely my negligence. And like I said, if somebody had stole my wallet, I'm pretty sure they would have, you know, if you want to steal somebody's wallet, you gonna use their credit cards right away. You know, you gonna use their credit cards right away, because you know, once they realize it, they're going to report it. So credit cards were not used at all. So I feel truly blessed that I was able to get all that handled on my day off that I took, not even realizing that I needed to take a day off. Oh, am I going south, north? Yeah, so, but like I said, I didn't even tell anybody that story, just because, you know, I don't need nobody yelling at me. And, you know, things do happen when you're away, and when you you know, like, all of that. So I'm not beating myself up about it. I'm grateful that I was able to cancel everything. The cash, I mean, like I said, it was about $65 to $70. I don't know, maybe a few dollars more than that. It's cash. It's like, the more important thing thing to me was my driver's license, because now this person they do have my address. But again, I don't, like, if I left it at the hotel in Paris, like, what are they gonna do? Fly to New Jersey to come and I'm in a secured building. Like, they, you know, ain't nobody coming to get me. Anyway, I had a fantastic trip. I did, what did I do? I did carry on only. And that was the first time ever that I did carry on only. I did not check a bag. And it was great. It was a great feeling. I felt lighter. Not checking a bag. It just, you know, was freeing. So that was great. That was really a great day. And I'll share more about the trip in general in the coming, I don't know, days, weeks. But I am back from Paris. My dream of going to Paris came true. I did get emotional when I got to the Eiffel Tower. I did get emotional. But it just, like, reinforced the fact that your dream can come true. You just gotta believe it. And so, yeah. Excuse me. Have a great day. Stay safe. God bless. Talk to you soon.